Namasarvebhyaha sarvesham hardam swagatam. We start the class by chanting the Prarthana Shlokas. Krishno rakshadu manchara chara guruhu Krishnan namasyamyakam Krishne namara shatravo vinihataha Krishnaya tasmai namaha Krishna deva samutthidam jagadidam Krishnasya dasosmyakam Krishne bhaktira janjalasto bhagavan He Krishna Tubhyan Namaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraika Panaye Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Gita Mෘtatuhe Namaha Vasudeva Sutan Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishna Vande Jagat Gurum Sarvesham Punaswagatam.
Shall I start?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha Atha Panchadasha Dhyayaha Purushottama Yogaha Shri Bhagavanuvacha Urdhvamulam Adashakam Ashvattam Prahuravayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedavit Adaschodvam Prasrutastasya Shak Adaschodvam Prasuttastasya Shakaha Guna Pravruddha Vichaya Pravalaha Adascha Mulanyanusantani Karmanubandhini Manushya Loke Narupamasyeha Tatopalabhyate Nanto na chadirna cha sampratishtha Ashvattamenam savirudamulam asangashastrena dhrudena chitva tatha padam tatparimargithavyam Yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuyaha tameva chadyam purusham prapadye yatha pravrutti prasutta purani nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatmani vinivrutta kamaha Dvandvairvimuktas sukadukasangaihi gacchantyamudaha padamavyaya natadvasayate suryaha nashashanko napavakaha yadgatva nanivartante taddama paramam mama Mamayivamsho jivaloke jivabhutas sanatanaha manashashtanindriyani prakrutistani karshati shariram yadavapnoti yachapyutkramati swaraha gruhitvaitani sanyati Vayurkhanthani Vashayat Shrotram Chakshushu Sparshancha Rasanam Granamivacha Adhisthaya Manaschayam Vishayanupasevate Utkramantam Stitham Vyapi Bunjana Svagunanvitam विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं यतन्तोऽप्यकृतात्मानः नैनं पश्यन्त्यचेतसः यदादित्यगतं तेजः जगद्भासयथेऽखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम् गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यह मोजसा पुष्णामि औषधि सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम् सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टः मत्तः स्मृतिज्ञानमाप्नोहनं च वैद्यैश्च सर्वरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेद देव चाहम् द्वाविमौ पुरुषौ लोके क्षराक्षर एव च क्षरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमः पुरुषस्त्वन्यः परमात्मेत्युदाहृतः यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य बिभत्य व्यय ईश्वरः यस्माक्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रतितः पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामवमसम्मूढः जानाति पुरुषोत्तमम् स सर्वविद्भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद्बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनौ संवादे पुरुषोत्तम योगो नाम पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः।
धन्यवादः भगिनी.
Thank you.
I think we were in this 18th sloka and we were discussing about it, how action, in-depth analysis of an action. So here, Jnananyeyam parijnata tripitha karma chodana karanang karma karteti tripitah karma sangraha. So knowledge, Nyayam, the object of knowledge, and Parijnata, the knower. This is the these three constitute the initiate action. An action is initiated by this knowledge and the object of knowledge and the knower. These three initiate the action, and the instrument, the Karanang Karma Karteti. Karanam is the instruments and karma is the target of action. Target of action and karta, the doer. So these three are the basis of action. This is what's happening in every action that we undertake or anybody undertakes in this world. So we said how we in detail we talked about it. So how the organs initially, organs of the sense organs send a report to the mind, having seen or felt or heard something, and this is the point of perception. This is the that is the where the action is started. That is the starting point is this. You get some information, so the senses will tell you something, and you've seen, you've perceived something. So this is happening to all people. We talked about the example of a red apple we talked about, and then this is passed on to the mind and then to the intellect also, and our samskaras will decide. That's our knowledge will decide whether it is attracting to us, whether we should hate it or repel it, or being indifferent to it. So that is the done, and the knower does that. Parijnada, he will decide that it will pass on to the knower. Knower will decide whether it is based on his knowledge. He will decide whether that object is of his liking or disliking, or is indifferent to it. And then it is passing on to the karta. The notion of attraction, repulsion integrates a modification in the intellect called the karta. The karta who does the action. And then he will decide, you see, in the case of an apple, I want the red apple, go and get it. Or I hate the red apple, I throw it away. So the karta will decide, and the object is the apple, and then he uses his hands, karanam, and then he will do the action. So this is what's happening in all cases. So these 4 steps of perceiving, then with the knowledge, analyzing it, and then doing the action, and then finally the bhokta, enjoyer. So whatever action he has done, he'll get a result on that action. He will enjoy, or he is the bhokta of that action. So this action is stored in the unconscious aspect of our mind, and that is whether it is pleasure generating or painful, that is created in our system, and this will become samskara. This will be the guiding point for the further action on this aspect. So this is how the chain of action is going on, one after the other. Liking, and then finally enjoying, and forming a samskara in our mind. Every action is based on this. For every person in this world, the action is like this. We'll continue. We'll continue.
Devi Chitra Bhagini.
Jnananyeyam parijnata.
Jnananyeyam parijnata. Jnananyeyam parijnata.
Trividha karma chodana.
Trividha karma chodana. Trividha karma chodana.
Karanang karma karteti.
Karanang karma karteti. Karanang karma karteti.
Trividha karma sangraha.
Trividha karma sangraha. Trividha karma sankaraha.
Sangraha.
Sangraha.
Yes. Dhanyavadalu.
Pushpa Bhagini.
Jnananyeyam parijnata.
Jnananyeyam parijnata. Jnananyeyam parijnata.
Trividha karma chodana.
Trividha karma chodana. Trividha karma chodana.
Karanang karma karteti.
Karanang karma karteti. Karanang karma karteti.
Trividha karma sangraha.
Trividha karma sangraha. Trividha karma sangraha.
Uttam.
Dhanyavad Mahoday.
Bholap Mahodaya.
Jnananyeyam parijnata trivitha karma chodana.
ज्ञानं नेयं परिज्ञाता त्रिविधा कर्म चोदना ज्ञानं नेयं परिज्ञाता त्रिविधा कर्म चोदना
Karanam karma karteti trivitah karma sangraham.
करणं कर्म कर्तेति त्रिविधः कर्म संग्रहः करणं कर्म कर्तेति कर्म संग्रहः धन्यवाद
Ilavarasi Bhagini.
Jnananyeyam parijnata trivitha karma chodana.
ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं परिज्ञाता त्रिविधा कर्म चोदना ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं परिज्ञाता त्रिविधा कर्म चोदना
Karanam karma karteti trivitah karma sangraham.
करणं कर्म कर्तेति त्रिविधः कर्म संग्रहः करणं कर्म कर्तेति त्रिविधः कर्म संग्रहः
Uttam.
धन्यवादः
Lakshmi Kiran Bhagini.
Jnananyeyam parijnata trivitha karma chodana. Karanam karma karteti trivitah karma sangraham.
ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं परिज्ञाता त्रिविधा कर्म चोदना करणं कर्म कर्तेति त्रिविधः कर्म संग्रहः
Apna Bhagini.
ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं परिज्ञाता त्रिविधा कर्म चोदना करणं कर्म कर्तेति त्रिविधः कर्म संग्रहः
Uttam. Next sloka. Jnanam karma cha karta cha trithaiva guna bhedatah prochyate guna sankhyane tatha vachrinutanyapi. So here Bhagavan says knowledge. Jnanam is knowledge and karma is action and karta is the doer. So these things are said to be of three types only in the science of gunas. Guna Sankhyani, the science of gunas, these are of three kinds. So we will go to that guna, Rajasic, Tamasic, etc. Every aspect is further grouped into Rajasic, Sattvic, and Tamasic. So we can get a better idea of what it is exactly, each of these things. What is Jnanam? What type of, and also karma, action, and also karta, all are grouped into Sattvic, Rajasic, and Tamasic. And as per the difference in the gunas, listen properly to them. I will tell you of the various gunas of the Jnanam, karma, and karta. There are three: Rajasic, Sattvic, Rajasic, and Tamasic. So we have covered a lot of ground in the previous sloka. That is the action. We have seen fully what is action, how it is performed. To the end, we have seen. Then here, jnanam, knowledge, provides meaning to perception of any object. Jnayam. Jnayam is the object that we have seen, and it provides meaning, knowledge that we have already stored. This is good, this is bad. So it provides meaning to the perception. What the object we have seen, and whether it is to our liking or whether it is not to our liking, it gives something to the mind to that our knowledge system to recognize which category it is. And this perception, along with the meaning, is provided to the jiva, the individual soul, by the intellect. Intellect gives this meaning to the jiva. That is the individual soul, which is actually a soul which is higher nature, which is influenced by this lower nature. Everyone's this thing is influenced by the lower nature. So this is passing on this information, that is the object that you're seeing and the meaning. Both it is the knowledge is providing the meaning, it passed on to the intellect or the jiva. If the jiva decides to be indifferent to the object, let it go. It is not concerning me. I don't bother with it. The matter ends there. But if the jiva decides to pursue the object, it commands body to do whatever actions are necessary to obtain the object. The karta, the doer, will command the body to do whatever actions is required to do. So while issuing the instructions, the jiva becomes the doer or karta. And while experiencing the object, it becomes the experiencer or bhokta. This will become, the jiva will become karta when it is doing the action, and when it is experiencing the results of the action, it becomes bhokta. So why this is important? Each time we become a karta or a bhokta, we reinforce the notion that I am the jiva. I am the jiva. And forget our nature, our true eternal essence. So we are influenced by the external objects. We create likes and dislikes. So it goes on in adding to our that is the prakriti bhava, or the our lower nature, because we become I am the jiva, I am deciding, or I am the doer. Like that, it reinforces your doership, etc., and forget our true nature, that eternal essence. Here, Sri Krishna says that anything that is asat, that is unreal, anything that is not the eternal essence is in the realm of prakriti. Everything that is not real but is not permanent is in the domain of prakriti. So we have seen in the 14th chapter, prakriti is nothing but the play of gunas. Prakriti is nothing but the play of the three gunas. So if we truly understand how the process of action works from the standpoint of gunas, the process of action from the point of view of gunas, that is whether it is rajasic, tamasic, or sattvic, we can free ourselves from the tendency to get entangled in these things. If we can categorize this action in the terms of three gunas. So the science of gunas is part of the Sankhya school of philosophy. That is actually called Guna Sankhyane, Guna Sankhyanam. So Sankhya school of philosophy is originated by sage Kapila. So here we not go into the Sankhya, those things, but it is explained in detail in this Sankhya philosophy. So by analyzing the nature of the three main components of action, that is, main components of action is jnanam, karma, chakarta. So that is knowledge, action, and the doer. We can check whether they are sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic. From this sloka onwards, the above components and some other related factors are categorized in terms of three gunas. Extremely practical, and also summarizes many key concepts of the first 5 chapters. These the future slokas that we'll be seeing, that is the categorization of knowledge into rajasic, tamasic, and sattvic, and also action, karma, and also karta. That will be very informative and very practical also. We will continue.
I have a doubt, Mahodaya. Can I
Yes.
ask? Is
Yes.
my understanding right? In Jnanam is sattvic, karma is rajasic, karta is tamasic. Is it?
No. Jnanam itself is divided into 3.
Okay.
Sattvic jnanam, rajasic jnanam, and tamasic jnanam. Karma also similarly. Karta also separately.
Oh, separately 3. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
First, you will take up the jnanam. Knowledge you will categorize into sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. Then you take karma. Then you will take karta. That's these following slokas will tell how categorized.
So the karta is the one who is doing all these things.
A doer.
A doer, yeah.
Karma is the action he is doing, and jnanam is the knowledge he is having about that particular action. or the object of action, or what purpose he is doing that. The thing behind his karma, the action. What forces him to do that action? So that knowledge is there, because knowledge is got from the sensory organs. Sensory organs will give that something is there, either by seeing or listening. You'll get something is there, and this knower will give meaning to that, and then the karta will take over. You have to do something there, so you'll go into action. So like that, this is a very process is going on here. But we don't realize this, but this process is going on everywhere. We can analyze ourselves, we can see how this process is working in us also. How do we form opinion? By seeing an object, how do we form an opinion? What opinion? It depends on your samskara. Somebody will ignore it, that is samskara. Others will hate it, on his samskara. So the samskara is again by repeated these actions. Samskara is made more and more strong. Strong likes, strong dislikes, like that it will become. And then this is not only to objects, but also to people. We strongly dislike some people, strongly like some people, like that. It will happen at that way also.
Malini Bhagini.
Jnanam karma cha karta cha.
Gnanam karma cha karta cha. Gnanam karma cha karta cha.
Trithaiva guna bhedataha.
Tridhaiva guna bhedataha. Tridhaiva guna bhedataha.
Prochyate guna sankhyane.
Prochyate guna sankyane. Prochyate guna sankyane.
Yathavat shrunutanyapi.
Yathavat shrunutanyapi. Yathavat shrunutanyapi.
Uttam.
Thank you.
Anita Bhagini.
Jnanam karma cha karta cha.
हरे कृष्णा। हाँ जी। ज्ञानन कर्म च कर्ता च। ज्ञानन कर्म च कर्ता च।
Trithaiva guna bhedataha.
त्रिविधै गुणभेदतः। त्रिविधै गुणभेदतः।
Prochyate guna sankhyane.
प्रोच्यते गुणसंख्याने। प्रोच्यते गुणसंख्याने।
Yathavat shrunutanyapi.
यथावक्षणुतान्यपि। यथावक्षणुतान्यपि।
Uttam.
हरे कृष्ण। प्रणाम।
Vinoda Bhagini.
Jnanam karma cha karta cha. Trithaiva guna bhedataha.
ज्ञानं कर्म च कर्ता च त्रिधैव गुणभेदतः। ज्ञानं कर्म च कर्ता च त्रिधैव गुणभेदतः।
Prochyate guna sankhyane. Yathavat shrunutanyapi.
प्रोच्यते गुणसंख्याने यथावच्छृणुतान्यपि। प्रोच्यते गुणसंख्याने यथावच्छृणुतान्यपि।
Uttam.
Nagamani Bhagini.
Jnanam karma cha karta cha. Trithaiva guna bhedataha.
ज्ञानं कर्म च कर्ता च त्रिधैव गुणभेदतः। ज्ञानं कर्म च कर्ता च त्रिधैव गुणभेदतः।
Prochyate guna sankhyane. Yathavat shrunutanyapi.
प्रोच्यते गुणसङ्ख्याने यथावत् शृणुतान्यपि प्रोच्यते गुणसङ्ख्याने यथावत् शृणुतान्यपि
Uttam.
धन्यवादः
Padma Vishwanathan Bhagini.
Jnanam karma cha karta cha trithaiva guna bhedatah prochyate guna sankhyane yathavat shrunutânyapi.
ज्ञानं कर्म च कर्ता च त्रिधैव गुणभेदतः प्रोच्यते गुणसङ्ख्याने यथावत् शृणुतान्यपि.
Uttam.
Lakshmi H.S. Bhagini.
ज्ञानं कर्म च कर्ता च त्रिधैव गुणभेदतः प्रोच्यते गुणसाङ्ख्याने यथावत् शृणुतान्यपि.
Uttam.
धन्यवादः.
Next sloka. So here, Sarva Bhuteshu Yenaikam Bhavamavyayamikshate Avibhaktau Vibhakteshu Tajnano Vidhi Satvigam. So first, Bhagavan is taking jnanam, knowledge, and he is categorizing into what is sattvic knowledge, what is rajasic knowledge, and what is tamasic knowledge. So here, knowledge, doer, and action. That's what we see in the previous thing. Jnanam, karma, cha karta. Knowledge, karta, doer, and action are explained. So now, Sri Krishna analyzes knowledge first. So knowledge, jnanam, refers to meaning given by the individual to information conveyed by the senses and the mind. By the senses and mind, the meaning that is given to all the information that one is getting, that is knowledge. That is knowledge. So this is seeing a particular aspect. The three kinds of people can have different, because based on their samskaras, they can have different opinions, different views. Seeing a particular or listening to something, they'll have different. Each will be different from different people. So knowledge can be sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic, since it's a product of Prakriti. Knowledge is a product of Prakriti, because knowledge that seeing, listening, and what is there in the nature or what is happening around. So that is everything is Prakriti. So it can be sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic. So first we will see sattvic knowledge. So we are now taking up sattvic knowledge. The mind and the and senses, by their very nature, report a diverse world. Each one will see, we are seeing to different things we are seeing, and different opinions we are forming, impressions we are getting. So Sri Krishna says that the vision that can see unity within diversity. You're seeing different aspects, but if you can see unity in them, aikyatvam, that is the common thing in that, that is called sattvic vision of knowledge. So here, only few people have such vision. And here, example quoted is Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi had a vision of a united India. He wanted, because all this quarreling states and people of different faiths and all that, how to unite them. So that the unifying vision he had. So that he is one of the persons who had that seeing unity in diversity. In our country, it is a very hot topic, unity in diversity. So one who can see unity in diversity, that is sattvic way of knowledge. That knowledge he obtains is how it is what is unifying in all those things. So ultimately, a sattvic vision of seeing unity in diversity paves the way to understand that the entire universe is provided by one single, imperishable, undivided entity. It's provided. This is the this sattvic vision will finally lead to this that the whole world, this thing is pervaded. Entire universe is pervaded by an imperishable, undivided entity. Initially, this entity is the eternal essence with attributes. The Saguna Brahman, also known as Ishvara, says Sri Krishna or Sri Rama, Saguna Brahman. The Parabrahman with attributes. And this spiritual journey goes on, and then the understanding evolves to recognize this entity as Nirguna Brahman, the pure eternal essence, which is our own self, is that only. So yeah, you see diversity, but you see that the Brahman in all the beings, in all the objects, you see that unifying thing. So we can develop such a unified vision through karma yoga. So when you karma yoga, if you practice this continuously, you will get this vision of unity in diversity. So instead of serving ourselves, we serve our family, our community, our nation, and essentially Ishvara. Ishvara in everyone we are serving. So this is the sattvic knowledge, that is seeing unity in diversity. Very few people have such a vision, but that is what is sattvic knowledge. We'll continue.
Okay. Vatsala Bhagini.
Sarva bhuteshu ye naikam.
Sarva bhuteshu ye naikam. Sarva bhuteshu ye naikam.
Bhavamavyayamikshate.
Bhavamavyayamikshate. Bhavamavyayamikshate.
Avibhaktau vibhakteshu.
Avibhaktau vibhakteshu. Avibhaktau vibhakteshu.
Tajnanau viddhi satvikam.
Tajnanau viddhi satvikam. Tajnanau viddhi satvikam.
Bhagini. Varalakshmi Bhagini.
Sarva bhuteshu ye naikam.
Sarva bhuteshu ye naikam. Sarva bhuteshu ye naikam.
Bhavamavyayamikshate.
Bhavamavyayamikshate. Bhavamavyayamikshate.
Avibhaktau vibhakteshu.
Avibhaktau vibhakteshu. Avibhaktau vibhakteshu.
Tajnanau viddhi satvikam.
Tajnanau viddhi satvikam. Tajnanau viddhi satvikam.
Yeah, tajnanam, tajnanau viddhi satvikam.
Tajnanam viddhi satvikam. Tajnanam viddhi satvikam.
Need not be very this thing. Tajnanam, that is
Tajnanam. 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 Tajnanam viddhi satvikam. Sarva bhuteshu ye naikam. Bhavamavyayamikshate. Avibhaktau vibhakteshu. Tajnanam viddhi satvikam.
Anasuya Bhagini.
Sarva bhuteshu ye naikam. Bhavamavyayamikshate.
Sarva bhuteshu ye naikam. Bhavamavyayamikshate. Sarva bhuteshu ye naikam. Bhavamavyayamikshate.
Avibhaktau vibhakteshu. Tajnanau viddhi satvikam.
Avibhaktau vibhakteshu. Tajnanau viddhi satvikam. Avibhaktau vibhakteshu. Tajnanau viddhi satvikam. Dhanyavada Modi.
Padma Vishwanathan Bhagini.
Sarva bhuteshu ye naikam. Bhavamavyayamikshate.
Sarva bhuteshu ye naikam. Bhavamavyayamikshate. Sarva bhuteshu ye naikam. भावमव्ययमीक्षते
अविभक्तौ विभक्तेषु तज्ज्ञानौ विद्धि सात्विकम्
अविभक्तौ विभक्तेषु तज्ज्ञानौ विद्धि सात्विकम् अविभक्तौ विभक्तेषु तज्ज्ञानौ विद्धि सात्विकम्
नागमणि भगिनी
सर्वभूतेषु येनैकं भावमव्ययमीक्षते अविभक्तौ विभक्तेषु तज्ज्ञानौ विद्धि सात्विकम्
सर्वभूतेषु येनैकं भावमव्ययमीक्षते अविभक्तौ विभक्तेषु तज्ज्ञानौ विद्धि सात्विकम् धन्यवादः महोदय।
रघुनाथ महोदय।
सर्वभूतेषु येनैकं भावमव्ययमीक्षते अविभक्तौ विभक्तेषु तज्ज्ञानौ विद्धि सात्विकम्। धन्यवाद।
We'll see. पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ञानं नानाभावान् पृथक्विधान् वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानौ विद्धि राजसम्. Now next, know that knowledge to be rajasic. Tajnanau viddhi rajasam. Know that knowledge to be rajasic, which in all things understands various kinds of different entities as distinct. Various things, it sees everything as distinct, separate. Whereas it was unifying in Sattvigam, it sees everything as separate. So that's what Rajasic type of knowledge. So according to Sri Krishna, that knowledge which sees distinction between ourselves and the world, which sees divisions and separateness, that knowledge is Rajasic. So from a Rajasic vision, worldly point of view, it is seeing everything as separate, but this everywhere it may not be possible for human beings. That is to be sattvic knowledge. Rajasic knowledge is required in certain cases, like in businesses or something, where business one is doing a business and another person is doing the same business. Then he cannot be considering everything as ourselves. We see as different, but this all things should be only from the point of view of worldly life, that is business and all that. Otherwise, he not extend it to everything. To friends and family, he should not see differences between himself and his family members or the friends, etc. He should be this could be in the field of his business only. That Rajasic type of mentality can be, that knowledge can be there. So most of us possess Rajasic knowledge. We see our body as a unit separate and distinct from everyone else. Each person has a different Atma, a different self. Rajasic knowledge stays at the level of Nama Rupa, that is of name and form. Name and form. Each person is identified by the name and the Rupa of his shape or appearance. So at that level only we are there. Rajasic knowledge is at that level. It is easier to think at the level of name and form than to think at the level of what's common between the names and forms. What's common between the names and forms? What is that common? That is the sattvic type. Whereas we will see only the difference in the name and form. A slightly evolved version of this is that of Rajasic knowledge is a family unit. So in a family unit, we will share the experiences. So if a person gets a say some reward or something, everybody is happy. So there is a unity there. You see, that is he considers as the his own success. If a person in a family achieves any success, the family members consider as success of themselves. Of all the family members will enjoy that success. Similarly, if there is a loss, then they will all equally share this thing. So there is some sort of a unifying effect is there. And that is the very evolved form of Rajasic knowledge. But generally it is knowledge which separates people. It separates people. In different things, it will try to separate, see the separateness in that. So that is a Rajasic type of knowledge. We'll continue.
Ma'am, I can't wait, ma'am. Kalavadi.
Pushpa Bhagini.
Pruthatvena tu yajnanam.
पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ञात्मं पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ञानं
नानाभावान् पृथक् विधान्.
नानाभावान् पृथक्विधान् नानाभावान् पृथक्विधान्
भावान् नानाभावान् पृथक् विधान्.
नानाभावान् पृथक्विधान्
वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु.
वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु
तज्ज्ञानौ विद्धि राजसम्.
तज्ञानौ विद्धि राजसं तज्ञानौ विद्धि राजसम्
उत्तम.
Anita Bhagini.
पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ञानम्.
पृथक् पृथक् देवेन तु यज्ञानं पृथक् देवेन तु यज्ञानं
नानाभावान् पृथक् विधान्.
नानाभावान् पृथक्विधान् नानाभावान् पृथक्विधान्
वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु.
वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु
तज्ज्ञानौ विद्धि राजसम्.
तत् ज्ञानौ विद्धि राजसम् तत् ज्ञानौ विद्धि राजसम्.
उत्तम. गच्छतु.
हरे कृष्ण.
Vinoda Bhagini.
पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ञानम् नानाभावान् पृथक् विधान्.
पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ञानं नानाभावान् पृथग्विधान्. पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ञानं नानाभावान् पृथग्विधान्.
वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानौ विद्धि राजसम्.
वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानं विद्धि राजसं. वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानं विद्धि राजसं.
Ilavarasi Bhagini.
पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ञानम् नानाभावान् पृथक् विधान्.
पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ञानौ पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ञानं नानाभावान् पृथक्त्वितान्. वेत्ति पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ञानं नानाभावान् पृथक्त्वितान्.
वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानौ विद्धि राजसम्.
वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानौ विद्धि राजसं. वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानौ विद्धि राजसं.
उत्तम.
धन्यवादः.
Hema Bhagini.
पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ञानम् नानाभावान् पृथक् विधान्. वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानौ विद्धि राजसम्.
पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ञानं नानाभावान् पृथक्विधान्. वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानौ विद्धि राजसम्.
उत्तम.
Lakshmi Kiran Bhagini.
पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ञानं नानाभावान् पृथक्विधान्. वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानौ विद्धि राजसम्.
Sapna Bhagini. Sapna Bhagini.
Sorry, Bhagini, for some reason I was unable to unmute. Prithaktvena tu yajnanam nana bhavan prithakvidhan vetti sarveshu bhuteshu tajnanam vidhi rajasam.
Uttam. So we'll just start this next sloka. We will continue it tomorrow also. Yattu kritsnabade kasmin karye sattamahaitukam atatvarthavadal pancha tattamasamudahritam. So here, but that by which one clings to a single object, as if it were everything. As is everything, he clings to an object. That sort of a knowledge, or that sort of a type of person that he is, without logic, unconcerned with the truth, and very trivial thing is called tamasic. Tamasic type of knowledge. That kind of attitude, that kind of a outlook he has, that person has. Tamasic attitude is clings to a single object, that is as if it is the everything in this world, and then without logic or what is truth, also he doesn't bother, and very trivial thing, and he clings to that. This is called tamasic. There are people, I can give you examples of that kind. So a person is holding on to something trivial and giving it so much importance that they will stop at nothing to get it. The logic used to justify such actions is perverted. So they have extremely narrow vision and are not at all concerned with any bigger picture. Sri Krishna says such a worldview of knowledge which displays such a characteristic is called tamasic. We can give examples. Like even these days we can see newspapers that suppose somebody in the house is denied access to mobiles. So he is denied access to mobiles. On that pretext, that person resorts to extreme actions. Just a trivial thing like denial of a mobile phone or such things. We can, number of cases are reported in the newspapers. So these are the cases where they got tamasic knowledge. Very trivial thing, they will hold on to it as if it were everything in this world, and they will take actions based on that knowledge. So that is a tamasic type of knowledge. So if you compare the three knowledge now, Sattvic knowledge reports that there is one eternal essence, one Atma, one self in everybody, in all. Rajasic knowledge reports that there is a different self in each body. Tamasic knowledge reports that the body itself is the Atma. Body itself is the Atma, it reports like that. So there is no separate Atma for it. Body, everything is body only. Everything is related to body only. So that is the tamasic type of knowledge. And also tamasic people is, anything is justified for ensuring the integrity of the body. They only want to maintain their body, nothing else. And even including causing physical harm to others. They will cause physical harm to others, but they want to maintain their body. They want to have their point of view, so such people will never accept any other viewpoint and hold on to their perverted viewpoints, ceased continuously without break. They will hold on to their own thing, trivial. By logic, it is not called logic. They will try to hold on to that. So that kind of people is tamasic people. And rajasic people see difference in bodies. They don't see the unity in the human beings. And whereas sattvic people will always see unity in diversity. So this is the on the basis of knowledge. This is how it is: rajasic, sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. So we'll continue next class. We will samapyamah with the Shanti mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. धन्यवादः पुनर्मिलामः राम राम राम
धन्यवाद
धन्यवादः महोदय
राम राम राम
राम
धन्यवादः महोदय
राम राम
श्री गुरुभ्यो
धन्यवादः